the Oasis Convention Center in Mississauga, Ontario. We're watching World Boxing Wars. We're just ready to get underway of our first fight. This is going to be a great one. Johnny Szabo, former Golden Gloves champion. He is in the black to your left from the Guins. He is facing Steve Nicholson from the Durham Boxing Academy. In Ajax, he is to your right. These are welterweights, 147 pounds, and they're just about to get underway, and round one begins. As you can see, Johnny Szabo, the taller man, working off the jab is Johnny Szabo. And Steve Nicholson pinning Szabo against the ropes there. Good right hand landed by Nicholson. Szabo is maintaining a very high pace, and Nicholson just landed another good right hand. So Szabo in the early going in round one is really letting his hands go, throwing a lot of punches, trying to keep his distance, working off the jab, and threw a nice left hook to both the head and body there. But Nicholson is landing very well in spots as well. Some good action here in round one. Nicholson, the shorter man, trying to work his way inside. Just a real bull of a man, this Nicholson. Nicholson trying another looping left hook. And look at Szabo's combinations. Look at him go. But Nicholson always forcing Szabo along the ropes. Szabo trying to counter and keep his distance. As you can see, Szabo's the taller man. He's trying to keep his distance, but Nicholson won't let him. Round one ends. That was a barn burner of a round. Steve Nicholson to the right, on the right of your screen, trained by Richard Lewis and Rock Arthur. Johnny Szabo in the right corner on the left, he's trained by Everton McEwen. Folks, you're watching World Boxing Wars. Donovan Boucher is your referee. This is the opening bout of the evening. You're watching two of the best welterweights in Ontario amateur boxing right now, Johnny Szabo and Steve Nicholson. Round two is about to begin. Johnny Szabo versus Steve Nicholson. Szabo, the taller man, working off his jab, throwing a lot of punches, keeping his distance, countering, but Steve Nicholson trying to bull his way, and Nicholson was hurt there. Nicholson was staggered. Szabo going in for the kill. Szabo was rallying in the early goings of round number two here. Nicholson looked like he was staggered. I think it was a left hook right on the chin that staggered Steve Nicholson. After a warning from Donovan Boucher, the action resumes. Nicholson fighting squared up now, really trying to bull his way inside against a much taller Johnny Szabo. Nicholson looked like he was staggered in the early goings of that round, but it looks like he's recovered now and he has his legs. Szabo's orthodox, Nicholson is a southpaw. And really trying to force his way on the inside. Look at him try to pin Szabo against the ropes, and look at Szabo, very masterful in countering off the ropes too. Just moving a lot, pot-shotting Nicholson. Landing good shots to the body as well is Szabo, but Nicholson, always the headhunter, throwing those looping shots. There we go. And it looks like we're having technical difficulties here with the footage. Folks, you're watching Johnny Szabo versus Steve Nicholson. Johnny Szabo is a taller man. And it looks like we're back to normal now. Oh, and Nicholson just landed a hard overhand right to Szabo. Nicholson closed out that round, finished that round strong, but wasn't enough to offset that very fast start by Johnny Szabo at the beginning of the round. It looks like Johnny Szabo has been really letting his hands go and outworking and out-hustling Steve Nicholson, but Nicholson has been landing very well in spots, good clean punches. And you got to be impressed by the skills by both men. Folks, if you just joined us, you are watching what appears to be a doozy. World Boxing Wars from the Oasis Convention Center in Mississauga, Ontario. And Johnny Szabo from McEwen's Pro Street Gym really putting on a clinic against Steve Nicholson, the real cagey battler from Durham Boxing Academy in Ajax. Johnny Szabo is the taller man. Steve Nicholson is the shorter man, and they're both wearing black here. Szabo's to your left, Nicholson's to your right. Donovan Boucher is the referee. This is the third and final round. And look at Szabo putting together the jab as well as the body punches. Nicholson just keeps on coming though. Szabo is landing numerous punches, really outworking Nicholson, but Nicholson just keeps on coming. A decent right hand there by Nicholson. Another right hook by Nicholson. And landing well to both the body and the head, mixing his punches well. Upstairs and downstairs is Johnny Szabo, the taller man. Szabo really putting on a clinic here. But Nicholson just keeps on coming. Szabo using his reach, trying to stay on the outside, but Nicholson with those leaping punches. Szabo really setting a torrid pace in this fight. Great action here in World Boxing Wars at the Oasis Convention Center. Szabo now fighting as a southpaw, closes out the round. And what a terrific battle between two top welterweights. And we go to ring announcer Yvette Raposo for the official word for the decision. That was a great fight. Johnny Szabo in the red corner on the left of your screen. Steve Nicholson on the right. Here's Yvette Raposo with the decision. And it looks like there's some kind of a delay in getting the decision read. Judges are obviously taking a little while for the scorecards to be tallied up. We'll have your decision in just a moment's time. In this great welterweight battle between Golden Gloves champion Johnny Szabo and Steve Nicholson.
We have a decision coming in red corner.
So Johnny Szabo from McEwen's Pro Street Gym is your winner by decision over Steve Nicholson. Great effort by Steve Nicholson. That was a great matchup with Johnny Szabo using his reach and his activity to win the fight. And we will be back after these messages. I'm interviewing a very good friend, Johnny Szabo, former Golden Glove champion. And Johnny Szabo, you just had a great victory tonight against a much shorter opponent. What was the game plan going into it?
The game plan was pretty much keep my hands up, use my reach, and keep moving, keep them on the outside. Use my jab, range punches. Pretty much it. Work the body.
Johnny, I noticed that you staggered him in the second round with a good shot. You tried to go in for the fill. What were you thinking about that?
You know, I thought I landed. I think it was a good uppercut, right uppercut. So I seen that he was hurt pretty bad. I tried putting it on him. I thought I could stop him, but I let go of it. I didn't want to tire myself out.
Johnny, you won the Golden Glove champion of Ontario back in 2012? 2013, and it was, you were fighting at 165, but now you've moved down that weight. How do you feel at this new weight?
You know, I'm 147 now. I know that I'm not as strong as I was at 165, so I'm trying to use my speed to my advantage, use my reach more, you know, move around the ring, stuff like that. So I'm putting my punches together, not so much focused on power anymore.
Right.
Speed.
It's not the first time that I've seen you fight. This is one of your best performances that I've seen. What are your plans going forward? Will we see you at the Golden Gloves this year?
Oh, yes, you will. I'll be there. Ready to put the show in 47. Watch out.
Johnny, that was a great victory. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And welcome back to World Boxing Wars, live from the Oasis Convention Center. And we're just about to get the main event of the evening underway.
Fighting out of the red corner, representing McEwen's Pro Street Gym, Fitzroy!
So, you are about to witness the opportunity to see Fitzroy Brae, two-time Golden Gloves champion. You can see he is wearing the colors of his native Jamaica.
Fighting out of the blue corner, representing Prime Time, Give it up for Hayden. 5 rounds of boxing. Main event.
And making his way to the ring is Hayden Jones from Primetime Gym in Oakville. Hayden Jones is also a Golden Gloves champion. This is an elite fight, meaning both fighters will not be wearing headgear. Folks, this is the main event of the evening, and I'm really excited about this one. These two are two of the best cruiserweights in Ontario right now. Both former Golden Gloves champion. Fitzroy Brae to the left, wearing the black with white trim, and he's being trained by Everton McEwen. Hayden Jones to the right of your screen. He's also wearing black with white trim. He is being trained by Greg Post of Primetime Gym in Oakville. So Fitzroy Brae from Toronto versus Hayden Jones from Oakville in your main event. Brody Boone is your referee. This is an elite fight. You're watching Cruiserweights World Boxing Wars in Mississauga, Ontario, and round 1 begins. And immediately you can see that there is a height difference. Fitzroy Brae has the height and reach advantage. Fitzroy Brae dancing around. Hayden Jones really methodically stalking Brae. Brae really flicking off that rapier-like left jab. Using a lot of movement, dancing around the ring. Hayden Jones showing a lot of patience. Stalking Brae, landing a good right hand to the body of Brae. Hayden Jones himself has a real stiff left jab as well. And when Hayden Jones gets on the inside, you can expect Fitzroy Brae to try to tie up Hayden Jones on the inside, because that's all he can do, because Hayden Jones is a monster on the inside. Wild left hand misses the mark by Fitzroy Brae. Hayden Jones throws a nice right hand. Fitzroy Brae trying to use his height and reach and his lateral movement, jabbing his way to victory, while Hayden Jones hopes that his technique and his inside fighting will help steer him on his way to victory. Round 1 ends. Folks, if you just joined us, you are watching World Boxing Wars live from the Oasis Convention Center. We thank you for watching. Round 2 is coming up of this main event of the evening. Brody Boone is your referee. You are watching from the red corner, Fitzroy Brae on the left versus Hayden Jones on the right. Fitzroy Brae is from Toronto. Hayden Jones is from Oakville. These are cruiserweights. You are watching cruiserweight action. The first round was really interesting to see the contrast of styles, with Fitzroy Brae using his height and reach, and Hayden Jones. Both of these guys are former Golden Gloves champions. And round 2 begins with this elite fight. No headgear. This is just like the Olympics. Both guys trying to match jab for jab. And you can see Hayden Jones getting on the inside, doing some good work, but Fitzroy Brae landing that nice right hand to the body. Boy, Hayden Jones's right hand is a howitzer. He missed that one though. Hayden Jones really picking his spots here, very methodical. Solid left hook landed by Hayden Jones. He caught Fitzroy sleeping there. Also another overhand right landed by Hayden Jones. And Fitzroy Brae has to be careful here because Hayden Jones is an absolute terror with that right hand. Another right hand by Hayden Jones, followed by a good left hook counter by Fitzroy Brae. Fitzroy is the taller man. He's to the left of your screen. Hayden Jones is to the right. Brae is fighting southpaw now. He switched to southpaw. He occasionally does that. Back to orthodox now. Hayden Jones, two left hooks. Two lightning quick left hooks by Hayden Jones. Nails Fitzroy to close out that round. I think that was Hayden Jones' round. That was the end of round 2, and Hayden Jones landed some really picked his spots well in that round. Landed some good left hooks and some good solid right hands. Folks, you are watching World Boxing Wars. This is the best. You're watching the very finest in amateur boxing in Ontario here. No one puts on a show like World Boxing Wars, and it's an honor for me to be calling the fights here at ringside. You're watching the main event. Round 3 is coming up. Fitzroy Brae from Toronto, the Ewan's Pro Street Gym, fighting Hayden Jones from Primetime Fitness in Oakville. Fitzroy Brae is the left of your screen. In the right corner, the blue corner is Hayden Jones, and to the right of your screen, Hayden Jones immediately starts round 3 with a killer left hook. And as you can see, I stated in the first round that Hayden Jones is really a holy terror on the inside, and you can see that happening now. Fitzroy Brae trying to tie up Hayden Jones on the inside because Hayden Jones is really a good infighter. Hayden Jones really loading up with that right hand, but you can see Fitzroy Brae really dancing around the ring, using lateral movement, and Fitzroy Brae just got nailed by a terrific left hook by Hayden Jones. Very deceptive hand speed that Hayden Jones possessed. He really caught Fitzroy Brae there. That was the best punch of the night. Fitzroy has a terrific left jab, very rangy fighter, 6'2", but Hayden Jones has a great left jab of his own, and Hayden Jones just did some great work on the inside there with Fitzroy pressed up against the ropes. Another left hook by Hayden Jones. Hayden Jones is really pressing the action and really putting on a clinic here. He's really landing good shots and spots is Hayden Jones. Jones throwing those uppercuts on the inside. And now Fitzroy Brae trying to land his shots on the inside as well. Fitzroy Brae trying to beat Hayden Jones at his own game to close out that second round.
What a main event.
Actually, that was the third round. Sorry. This is an elite fight for 4 rounds, and the 4th round is coming up. Folks, you're watching World Boxing Wars, only the best in boxing and entertainment here in Mississauga, Ontario. Fitzroy Brae versus Hayden Jones. And folks, the story of this fight is Fitzroy Brae really using his height and reach to try to keep Hayden Jones off of him, because Hayden Jones has that explosive offense. And Fitzroy Brae has had a difficult time of trying to defend against that explosive offense of Hayden Jones. Round 4 is about to begin of this cruiserweight fight. 2 former Golden Gloves champions, Fitzroy Brae versus Hayden Jones. Fitzroy Brae starts off fast, but missing most of those punches. Fitzroy Brae, a very fancy Dan boxer, always dancing, always smiling. Charismatic young man is Fitzroy Brae. Hayden Jones is all business though. It just lands a howitzer of the left hook there. Another left hook. Great work on the inside by Hayden Jones from Primetime in Ajax. Awesome left hook to the body. That was a great left hook to the body, landed by Hayden Jones. And he's been doing some good body work throughout this fight. Landing the left jab to the body as well. And look at that combination by Hayden Jones. Hayden Jones really putting on a clinic with those right hands to the body and those left hooks to the head. He's taking over this fight in this round. Here the crowd is chanting Hayden Jones. And Fitzroy Brae really needs to rally in this round if he hopes to steal victory here at the Oasis Convention Center. Folks, you're watching Fitzroy Brae versus Hayden Jones, the main event. This is an elite fight, cruiserweights. Round 5 is just about to start. Interesting format to these elite fights. You have 5 rounds. And as always, World Boxing Wars events are always sanctioned by the OBA. Brody Boone is your referee. This is the 5th and final round of this main event. Fitzroy Brae versus Hayden Jones. And both fighters know what a win can do for their careers tonight and are going for broke. Fitzroy Brae throwing a great left hook. He's a house on fire in this round. Great rally for Fitzroy Brae to start this 5th and final round of this cruiserweight fight. But is it enough to offset the great work that Hayden Jones has been doing throughout the first 4 rounds? You gotta believe that Hayden Jones is ahead. The crowd again chanting for Hayden Jones. right hand by Fitzroy Brae. The action has slowed somewhat. Fitzroy Brae, look at him trying to pot shot it right hand. Fatigue is definitely setting in on these two great fighters. And what a battle this has been. This is the fifth and final round of Fitzroy Brae versus Hayden Jones. Fitzroy Brae, the taller man, against Hayden Jones. Hayden Jones is the fighter on the right. Both are wearing black with white paint. And this terrific battle has just concluded. What a great fight we just saw.
Certainly worth the wait. Good job, Hayden. Good job. Excellent fight. $5 for food. Pick it up on your way out. $5 for a meal.
And we are now awaiting the official scorecards for this fight, the official decision.
For a wonderful warm welcome. Thank you to Joseph, Carlos, Matthew, Doreen. You guys have been awesome.
I should mention that there are many luminaries in attendance tonight. George Chavallo, Carlos Newton, some famous legends involved in the sport of boxing and MMA in attendance here tonight. What a great show of respect for these two gentlemen. Put on a great fight. We go to Yvette Raposo, our ring announcer, for the official decision.
Blue corner.
And there you have it. Hayden Jones is your winner by decision over Fitzroy Brae. A 5-round decision.
Boxers exits, red corner, please. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you to
And for WBW, this is Len Liu. Thank you for watching. This has been a WBW production.
What's up and coming?
For WBW, and I'm interviewing Fitzroy Brae. Fitzroy, you just lost a very tough, close fight to Hayden Jones in the main event of this WBW main event. I haven't seen you in the ring for a while. Did ring rust play a factor in your performance?
Well, there's always a little bit of ring rust, right? Especially, when you're off for a bit. Also, if you're fighting against injuries, I had a sore back, I had ribs popping out. Wow. So it was a tough training season to come for this fight, but I just said, at the end of the day, I'm training, I got to get in the ring and do what I got to do.
What was so difficult about your opponent tonight?
It was just, for me, really, it was just not being able to sit into my tune of the fight. I was trying to find my tune, but it didn't. It was there to be had, but then certain little mistakes had threw me off the track, right? So it's just to get back on that track again.
I noticed he was always trying to time you with the left hook.
Timing.
He was countering you, hot shotting you.
Good work.
You did try to make the adjustment.
To adjust with the left uppercut. Yes.
And he was also a southpaw. How did that affect you?
Well, not really, because I've been working on my southpaw stance. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to kind of trick-or-treating
Now, what I want to know is, what's your plan going forward?
My plan for this year is to get more fights under my belt. I'm about 25 fights in.
Right.
I had a 4-year hiatus because of a back injury, so now I'm just getting the fights under my belt. Hopefully by the Golden Gloves, I'll be ready to make the big switch over.
You're going to make it big in the big Golden Gloves?
That's what I'm looking for. I want to finish at the top.
Complete fighter now?
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to fight without headgear?
It's the best feeling in the world. The headgear kind of stifles you. It doesn't allow you to breathe. You can't see out the peripherals of the head here, so a lot of punches you don't see coming.
Fitzroy, it wasn't your night tonight, but I've known you a long time.
Thank you.
See you fight once again.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Good work.